Hi everyone, my name's Abigail. I'm a therapist. I've got a postgrad in family therapy and adolescent counselling, and I just want to talk. I've done a video on alienation of dads. I just want to talk a little bit more about alienation of dads and when you're in a situation where mum or yourself may have given the child a story of you that isn't fair, or you don't feel that it's what you want your child thinking about you, or mum might be blaming you and things like that. And this is what I want to say to you about that. Firstly, as I said in the other video, the number one step is to get clear and settled with your emotional space, because it's really hurtful, it's really painful, it takes away a lot of power and control, and people get frozen in their flight, fight or freeze, and usually they'll pull away. They don't want to deal with it, or they'll fight and get angry. So we don't want either of these responses. So the first thing I'm going to say to you is get professional support to deal with the emotions, because it's really hurtful when a child is coming and maybe saying something to you, or your understanding is they've been told things. They might not be saying it, but your understanding is they've said things about you that puts you in a position of being somewhat worthless or not being a good, strong man. And my position is that, and coming from a perspective of an adaptation of family therapy, is men generally are expected to lead, provide, and give safety and protect, and that's the general energy of masculine energy. So if you're not in that, which you're not, because you've had all these accusations been made, all these truths have been said, and you're over here feeling like guilt, shame, depressed, anxious, angry, furious, whatever it might be. So first thing is, you know what? Everyone makes mistakes, and our mistakes come from our background of how we were brought up and what we learned, and how we learned to be in the world, and how we learned to be triggered, and how we learned to repair relationships. You're going to have to get to a point of self-forgiveness and forgiving others. And you're going to have to repair this relationship with your child so that it's strong, it's authentic, it's real, and it's reflective of the true you. And the best way to do that is step back, go deal with your emotions, go deal with yourself, because it's really hard to progress when you're overwhelmed by your emotions. So go deal with yourself. And I hear men say, oh, I go to the gym, I feel real good. That's great, but you know what? The gym, that is great, it's great, honestly, but the gym is a temporary fix that doesn't repair your underlying neural pathways, underlying beliefs about yourself. It doesn't repair and process the emotion that's sitting within your body from this situation that was highly, highly emotional. So go to the gym, it's wonderful, but it's not going to change who you are on the inside with what you've got to deal with. And also talking to your mates, like, yeah, that's really good to talk it out. Like, I agree that it's really good, but what I would add is that the role of a professional is for you to be able to tell your story, for them to listen, to seek to understand, and to reflect it back to you with new meaning. And the work that I do is also to support you to process that emotion on the spot, like, let's get rid of it. And so I do that through various techniques via video, which is usually around EFT, hypnosis techniques, and other techniques. So I would say, if it's possible, go get support for yourself and go process these emotions, because then you're going to move forward a lot quicker. So let's go back to talking about when you're in a situation and the child's been given information and messages about you that aren't true. You know what? It is what it is. So just let it go for the moment. But no, look at it like this. Men are problem solvers. Look at it like this. There's a problem. We need a solution. You've got to lead your way out of this problem. And the way you're going to do that is by proving yourself. So that means being authentic, being honest, being strong, being good, being trustworthy, being protective, being a provider. So when you clear this emotion, step into that role. And over time, you will show your child, maybe the other parent doesn't, if that's your agenda, that's great, that's good, but you will show your child who you are, and children know. They absolutely know. They have an inner sense of knowing. And when it gets to the point where you've built this relationship and over time things might come up and you can talk about them, and you can talk about them in ways that are respectful, that don't blame and shame, and that allow children to understand, you know what, people make mistakes in life, it's okay. But what we need to do is commit to moving forward. So if you've got a child and your relationship is broken or not where you want it to be, step up and step in. 100% step up and step in. You've got this. You've so got this, because you're going to be that child's parent for their whole entire life. And you know, I would even say to you that in some ways what you do when they're an adult and you're parenting is more important than when they're a child. I know everyone goes on about child trauma, and I myself know about child trauma. I've trained with the leading experts in the world. But what I would also say is that you growing and being authentic over your lifetime and being there for them and being that stable person that they can always come to and rely on, because you've got a role. Your role is father, parent. It comes with responsibility. So you've got to step in no matter what. And they need to be here and be able to keep bouncing off you their whole life. Whereas so when they have children, they'll be here. So get clear. Deal with your emotions. Face yourself, deal with it, and get strong and get clear. Secondly, and what you've been triggered by is the relationship with the child and things being said about you that may or may not be true. If they're true, all right, you're gonna at some point have to answer to that, and good, you can, but it's best not to inundate the child with info that they're not ready for, because they're children. And you know what, the other thing, we want children to have childhood memories that are magical, that are beautiful, that are fun, and dads are the best at having fun. Mums are fun too, let me tell you, but dads are really good at that. That's their forte. So get out there, get in nature, get out and do things with your child and give them memories. But deal with yourself, step in your leadership energy, be strong, be protective, and be resilient, and be someone who shows them how to repair relationships by doing it yourself. Be the role model that you are as a man, and step in. Stop stepping out, because you'll repair that relationship. Relationships get repaired all the time, but you've got to choose to do it, and you've got to be strong, and you've got to do it. So do the work, and over time you will find that your child knows who you are as a man, and they will respond to you that way. So it might take a while, might take months, might take years, but do it. Do it for yourself. Do it so you can be the best father. Get parenting lessons, get support, talk to a professional, whatever it might take. But anyway, that's part 2 of my alienation video for fathers. Okay, thank you. And if you'd like a session, please just get in contact with me. The details are below. Or find someone who you trust, and find parenting lessons from people that you can trust, for children that have gone through separation, for parents who have gone through alienation, and see what you can do. Okay, thank you.